No. Okay, for the national anthem, please rise. Thank you. We have the Philippine national anthem, please. Appreciation night for the Department of Foreign Affairs on the occasion of the retirement from the Commission on Elections by our esteemed Honorary Commissioner Rowena V. Guanzon. To start off the night, may we request the Honorable Commissioner Ray T. Bulay for a welcome message.
Distinguished guests, fellow workers in government, friends, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I would like to welcome you all to the Commission on Elections Appreciation Night for the Department of Foreign Affairs. The precious partnership between the Commission and the DFA is instrumental in the political empowerment of every Filipino abroad. The Commission and the DFA have always worked hand in hand, from encouraging Filipinos to register and vote to actually handling the operations during registration and voting, and thereafter transmitting the results to the designated canvassing centers. It is comforting to know that the Commission has a reliable partner handling the elections operations abroad. Truly a daunting and taxing mandate. Therefore, it is only fitting that we spend this night to appreciate the DFA's selfless service to the Filipino. Tonight is a night where we can let our hair down. If only I had so much hair. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Welcome everyone to the Comelec's DFA Appreciation Night.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Bulay. And at this juncture, may we request Commissioner Maria Rowena Amelia V. Guanzon for her message for the DFA.
Good evening. We're very happy to have with us tonight our partners from the Department of Foreign Affairs. Ambassador Undersecretary Tess Lazaro has just left. She hosted us in Paris. Yusek Zoilo Velasco is here, the Vice Chair of the Office of Voting Services. Ed Castro, of course, our go-to man in the DFA. I think Conjen Bensuto is there. Ambassador Ed is there. And I think we are expecting ASEC, Conjen Sinen Magalili from London. These are our friends who helped us administer independent and free elections abroad. Running an election abroad is not an easy task. And so I'm glad that our incoming Senior Commissioner, Socorro Inting, is here so that she can meet our partners in the DFA. By tradition, it is the Senior Commissioner who becomes the Commissioner in charge of overseas voting. But of course, as you know, by protocol and rules, our Senior Commissioner will have to be acting chair in the next few days while the President has not yet appointed chair for Comelec. So we also have tonight our friends in the legal profession, our partners in administering elections, the PPCRD, NAMFREL, Gas Nagman is here, and the Integrated Bar of the Philippines President, National President is here, Bert Estrada, all the way from Cagayan de Oro. And of course, former Philippine Bar Association President, my sorority sister, Ernestine Villarreal Fernando, and the directors. And on this occasion, I would like to ask the Department of Foreign Affairs officials to please stand so that we can show you our appreciation by thanking you. Lisa, where's Lisa? Where's the staff of OBS? Please take a bow, Lisa. Lisa, why are you there all the way there? You know, Lisa is always the go-to girl for us, and she's been of great help whenever we have trainings abroad. So, thank you. Please be seated. If not for the pandemic, we would be out there abroad doing our training for the DFA officials. They are trained as election officers. But more than that, they have to take in all the extra work, all the, day-to-day work of having to sort out our ballots and rearranging them by cities and states. And I remember Ambassador Cookie Feria from Bacolod called me up in the 2019 elections and said, Bing, what am I going to do? The ballots just arrived today. Elections is 2 days away. I said, so maybe your Consul General can fly to Laos, to Nigeria, which is covered by the station in Portugal. and she said, okay, shall I pay for it with my credit card and you'll refund me? I said, go. So the work of the commissioner in charge really has to be hands-on. And also, it's a matter of trust between the DFA and us. And so the task really of the commissioner in charge is to be there, to be present, not only in NBAC in supporting what the DFA needs, but also during elections to be up and about 24/7 because of the time difference. I remember that in the 2019 elections when we had the glitz, and we had problems with SIM cards were failing. It was the ambassador of our ambassador to the United States, no less, Ambassador James Romales, who was the last one to come in and bring his election returns because the SIM cards in the United States had failed, and so we had to send a new set. So in every presidential election, the challenge is even greater for the DFA. And so that's why it's also our tradition that every year we honor them by giving them an appreciation event. And so please join me again in saying to the Department of Foreign Affairs, Secretary Locsin, Kenny Boy Locsin, fellow Ilonggo, Yusek Dulay, all the undersecretaries and the OVS, and all the consul generals and ambassadors of the Philippines worldwide. Maraming salamat po mula sa Commission on Elections sa inyong pagtulong sa amin at sa ating mga kababayan. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Guanzon. Can I please have a round of applause for the DFA? Thank you. At this point, I would like to call to the stage Attorney Zoilo Velasco, Vice Chair of the DFA Overseas Voting Secretariat, for his message. Attorney Velasco.
Commissioner Guanzon, Commissioner Ray Ulay, and Commissioner Subarinting, colleagues in the government, from Comelec and from the DFA, guests, friends. Thank you very much for having this event for the DFA. It is called an appreciation night for the DFA, but actually it is more of an appreciation night for Commissioner Guanzon and for the Comelec for the help that you, Commission, has given us all throughout the election that we have been through. Under your leadership, Commissioner, 2019 election saw the highest record in terms of voter turnout and registration in a midterm election, which is very hard because most of the time it's only the presidential election that gets that high voter turnout, but under your leadership, it's got a very high voter turnout. And with all the policy innovations that you have introduced, the groundwork that you have done, this will be very important as we go through this very important and decisive election in the coming months. So there will be lots of work ahead. So many challenges. We are already learning from our past mistakes, but also with these past mistakes, we are able to come up with creative solutions in coordination with OFO, with my counterpart director, Attorney Bea, and of course, under the leadership of Commissioner Guanzon. I'm new here in my job as a Vice Chair. I am coming after another great officer who led the Overseas Voting Secretariat for the past 10 years, Ed Castro, but coming into the OVS Secretariat and working with my counterpart, Bea, and of course, Commissioner Guanzon, who is an icon coming in. I know that I'm working with a great team. But of course, the appreciation is, we are very thankful for this event that you are appreciating our work, but it's really a work, a partnership between Comelec and DFA. And without Comelec's help, the Commissioner Guanzon's leadership, everything that we ask for, you always give it to us, especially funding for the overseas registration, the field registration, everything that we need. Without your support, without your help, we will not be able to do our work properly. So as we go on, we look forward with Commissioner Guanzon retiring, going through to another phase in her career. We look forward to working with Commissioner Hinting and with all the good working relationship that we have. We know that coming 2022 elections, hard it may be, we'll be able to overcome the challenges and we will deliver a good result for the Filipino nation and for our overseas Filipinos abroad, of course. So thank you very much for this appreciation dinner, but as I say, it is more of an appreciation from the department. On behalf of Secretary Locsin and Yusek Gulay, thank you very much, Commissioner Guanzon, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Attorney Velasco from the DFA, and again, thank you to everyone for being here tonight. And I think now I would like you to please bend an ear to the next person to deliver the message. I know you've been looking at her from the corner of your eye throughout the time that you've been here. Now is the time to actually see her in her full glory. Ladies and gentlemen, may we request Ms. Maria Ressa, the Philippines' first Nobel laureate, to please favor us with a message.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much for asking me to speak to you. You know, we always ask our public officials to do the right thing. And yet, when they do, oftentimes, we leave them with all the repercussions. I guess that's one of the things I wanted to do tonight. This is the first time I've come out in any kind of gathering, precisely because Bing Guanzon has done an incredible thing. You know, today, every Filipino, all of us are fighting our own individual battles for right and wrong, of integrity, right? Where we draw the line, and on this side you're good, on this side you're being drew the line, and she's holding the line. We know that. We know where we're good, we know where we're evil. And I'm just going to remind you, because I had to go back when she started to actually tell the truth, to give the facts. I went back over her history. In her 20s, when she went back to Cadiz, became the youngest mayor at that time. And when, you know, this warlord politician who we will not name, tried to intimidate her. He brought men with guns, you know, surrounded City Hall, and there she was. I think her mom was trying to tell her to chill. And what she did is she told her bodyguard to go to the window, take his, I think he had an M16, and then she took her own pistol, went to the other window. Medyo hinamon niya. Diba? Bing Guanzon fights fire with fire. And maybe that's actually what we wind up, what we need today, right? So you fast forward to today with these lines that she drew, very, very clear. She blew the whistle at a really pivotal moment in the history of the Commission on Elections and the history of the Philippines. As an insider, and there's so many of us who can see how things work. She had the power, she possessed the power to see what was going on inside. But she refused to stay silent. That's a big thing about it. And she refused to stay loyal to a process that, in her mind, was going to hurt the public good. And she did this, knowing full well that she would weather the risks. And she did it with a lot of energy and a lot of laughter. She stood up for the facts. She stood up for justice. It reminds me of this honor code when I was still in university, where every university student had to sign a code. You know, and every paper we had to write, I pledge on my honor. And you pledge that you didn't cheat. But it goes one step further. You also pledge that you will turn in anyone else who cheats in front of you. That's a big thing, because your silence is complicity, right? If you're silent, you're giving it your consent. So what Bing did before, a few days ago, before she left the Commission on Elections, also reminds me of another historic moment in our country. I like looking at history. If you remember this, when poll tabulators walked out of the counting at the PICC in 1986 and went to Baclaran Church. They were angry because they saw their superiors manipulating the ballot for Ferdinand Marcos. And I went back, looked at their statement in 1986. They made clear that they were neither for nor against Marcos or Cory Aquino. They said, and these are their words, they didn't want to be used. Silence is consent. So, fast forward to today, another Marcos is running against another widow, and Filipinos like Bing Guanzon are being asked to judge issues of law, but law is carried out in a context. And today, social media allows a lie told 1,000,000 times to become a fact. A lie told 1,000,000 times becomes a fact. So if you have no facts, you have no truth, you have no trust. Without facts, you have no law. And we have no democracy. All of you in this room are tasked to protect our democracies. So, I'll shut up now and congratulate Bing and hope that all of you, that all of us, that she sparks that same courage for us to win our individual battles for integrity. So, this is it, guys. This is our country. We only have one. So, Commissioner Guanzon, or no longer Commissioner Guanzon, thank you so much for your courage and for your service to your nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Maria Ressa. Again, the Philippines' first Nobel laureate. And now, may we ask our senior commissioner, Commissioner Socorro Inting, our acting chairman in the Comelec, to please offer a toast for us tonight. Commissioner.
Instead, let us congratulate her on her graduation from Comelec